Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. If this is your first time, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Today, Hun will be making some cucumber salsa. This is a modification of a zucchini salsa that we normally make. A video on that coming down the horn at some point. But in the process, her hair was not in a position to be filmed, so she didn't record an intro or an outro. So this is your intro. If you have any questions, we have our contact information down below, and we'll see you in the end scene.
Alright, so the first step, you're going to need cucumber. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut the two ends of the cucumber. And just cut them into wedges. And then I have my KitchenAid already set up with my shredder attachment that I'm going to be using to shred the cucumber. The ends off. Then I'm pretty much gonna cut it into 4 pieces, big enough that they can fit in there. So I'm gonna do that with all the cucumber. Alright, I've got all the cucumber quartered, cut in small pieces. I'm just gonna go ahead and start this process. Alright, so we've got 10 cups of shredded cucumber. In this container we've got 4 chopped red green peppers, and in the bottom I have also 4 chopped onions. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and add this entire mixture to the 10 cups of cucumber. And then we're going to take a 1/4 cup of salt. So the recipe calls for pickling salt, but we are actually using kosher salt. So this is going to do the trick for what I need. We're going to add it all together, and then we're going to mix it in and let it sit for overnight. So I'm going to use my hands with this because I want to make sure that all the salt is thoroughly mixed in. And these onions are very strong, so if you have strong onions, what you can do is cut it and cover it with a damp paper towel. I know some people, they will soak it in water, but I just went ahead and you know, be emotional for a little bit while I was cutting it. So I'm using my hands because it's just the best way to get the stuff mixing together and get all the salt mixing together. So it's been 24 hours, and now the next step is going to be to rinse this. I'm going to gingerly put this down in here. Ooh, that's cold. It smells good too. We've got it all in here. It smells really good. Good. Then we are going to run cold water on it and rinse it. So just over the top. Well, I think this one we're basically rinsing off the extra salt. Alright, it feels like 12 salts to whisk. Like it feels like water between later here. So now we're going to let it drain off since it's drained completely. So let's for about 3 minutes or so, fully drain. We'll be back. There. Alright, so while we're waiting for the cucumber to be fully drained, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add all these ingredients into our big saucepan, because this is what we're going to be simmering our cucumber mixture in. Alright, so here I have the cucumber mixture simmering. See those little bubbles? We've got approximately 6 minutes time remaining on it before I pull it off the stove. And then over here I have my pint jars, and I have my water bath beginning to heat up. And I also like to keep my jars in there so that my jars can be hot. And it's not being shocked by the stuff we put in the jars. So bringing the jars up to approximately the same temperature as what we're about to put in it makes for a safe canning procedure. Alright, so I've got all the salsa loaded up into my jars, and now I'm putting my jar in my canning pot. Alright, 50 minutes. Timer. Alright, so we're going to let them boil for 15 minutes, and I'll be back in 15 minutes. Okay, so the first batch here is finished, and we had an accident. So if you notice this jar right here, it wasn't closed all the way, so all the salsa was in the water, boiling up over everything else. And from judging from how everything else looked, this was the only one that wasn't tightly closed. But then again, you don't even want to close it too tight either. But other than that, this looks like it's well intact. We're just gonna listen out for that popping sound now to make sure that they're fully sealed. So I'm gonna have to give these jars a second bath. And just a moment ago, most of the cans popped. Give that popping sound. I just pressed this one in, but it's not coming back up, so that's a good sign. So I think we've got all our jars. This one is still hot. I think most of our jars are, oops, turned the stove off. Yeah, there goes a pop sound there for a second. So I think most of our jars are properly sealed. So 3, 6, so 10 pints of cucumber salsa. And I can't wait to try it. Actually, I did try some of the mixture and it tastes pretty good to me.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. We will be having more like it coming down the line soon because, hey, we're in harvest season. And if my face looks like it's a little bit burnt, you'll find out on the next probably 2 videos what that is about. It's just a little teaser for you in the future. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us to help you. And I'm getting feeding looks from behind the camera because someone's hair is still not quite in position correctly. The salsa is very good. The one caveat is we should have pulled the seeds out. The seeds are in there. They're a little chewy, but it is a very good salsa. It is a salsa that we're going to use, we're going to enjoy, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See there, tie in. But we will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. See. Good.
I forgot to say making cucumber salsa using cucumbers from our garden and peppers from our garden.
I figured you said from our garden in the actual video.
I didn't.
Well, they'll have to figure it out because we're big cucumbers.
Okay, alright, now